Spike, I'm glad you're here. I know you've been watching a lot of the coverage here. You've been watching a lot of the demonstrations. You say it's obvious to you that the Ferguson police, the state police, the National Guard don't have a handle on this, don't have a clue. Explain what you mean.
Well, I just think we're going to the 10th. It's going to be the 10th night tonight that people in over their head. And my wife and I, Tanya, while we were watching the Madison television last night, we said, you know what? Retired Lieutenant General Russell Honore is the person who could bring
R.I.P. young Michael Brown. It's fucked up, you threw your hands up, they shot you down. High school graduate, 6'4", 300 pounds. They said you posed a threat, we all ought to know how. Blacks working in laundromats, throwing the towel. Smoking weed, the poverty rate higher than ever now. My paranoia higher than ever now. Knowing the cop to take my life and then deem it allowed. George Zimmerman walked cause of that stand your ground. As a black man you stood over while you on the ground. I swear to God that we being hunted down. White cops searching the whip with bloodhounds. That type of look on black men raises eyebrows. Tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse crowds. Know your rights to protest, you gotta study now. Cops carrying texts, the game is foul. Michael Brown, he was unarmed, but bullets still went through his arm. This is a wake-up call, nigga, don't be alarmed. I need a B-suit, the way these cops swarm. Stun grenades disarmed, peaceful protesters were harmed. Military vehicles, shields, billy clubs, and bullhorns. Black people, we still slaves, but we not picking corn. Even though a black president is sworn, we ain't slaves, but we enslaved to this country's deep-rooted racial ways. We still have our slave last names. Give me a sedative, I'd rather sleep through the pain. How many young black men gotta be slain? Was dubbed the drug dealer because I wore some chains. If you run, I'ma shoot your asses, what the detective saying. 2 of them black, that's what the fuck I'm saying. Not to mention all the black fathers that leave their child. Coming from Texas, I was racial profile. As they approached me, I was really getting agged. My pants sag, now they wanna search my bag. Threw my Bible on the ground, that shit made me mad. I can't do shit, that piece on me, 2 fingers pointing back. With that being said, I really hate this. Politicians quick to run, motherfuckers racist. With that being said, I really hate this. Seeing the look of no hope on their faces. CPR couldn't face this. They hate this.
Because I just think that the people are over their heads. They haven't had this type of experience, and you know firsthand what General Honore did with Katrina and New Orleans and the Gulf. So I really think that something I called him up this morning, and he told me this morning that everything they're doing is wrong. And I said, if they called you, would you come? He said he would. I think we need him there. We need him there. We need him there. And also, let's think about this.
We're going to talk to him. We're going to talk to him in the next hour on this program. But what is it you think? Because I remember, and you were down there, down in New Orleans when he arrived. I mean, he was saying to the National Guard, put your guns down.
Yes.
Take your helmets off. These are not your enemy.
We don't need people with snipers on top of tanks pointing at civilians. I understand that there's tear gas and they're provocateurs, but we need somebody who's gonna cool things down and not escalate. And I think that retired General Russell, 3-star General Honore is a person who needs to be in Ferguson today.
There's a banner outside your office, as we said, paying tribute to Michael Brown. I want to put on the screen for our viewers. Obviously, a ton of information has yet to be released in this case, and that's been one of the issues from the Ferguson Police Department. They haven't released much of anything. Are you convinced that he was doing nothing wrong, or are you simply saying that no matter what the situation, an unarmed person should never be shot 6 times by the police?
Look, I do not think that you should be killed in this country because allegedly you steal some cigarillos. I don't think you should be killed in this country if there's marijuana in your system. The people, not only Ferguson, all this country, do not trust what is happening. Something smells bad in Ferguson. Is not just tear gas. For example, when the police finally say who this officer is, the same day they release his videotape. Yesterday, when they know the autopsy is coming out, all of a sudden, this mysterious woman, Josie, who knows who the hell she is she reading the script, and all of a sudden, everybody's taking her words, which really a third-person witness, as is gospel. How can that be? Where someone
You believe all of that is orchestrated?
How can you call up a radio station and say, this is what's happened? How do you do that?
Do you believe all that is orchestrated? I mean,
yes.
A lot of people said, look, it advise you that there is still that divide in perception and how Americans see this in different ways, largely in many cases based on race.
And I wish it was true, but it's not. Many people thought that the moment that President Obama put his hand on Abraham Lincoln's Bible and took the oath as a president of the United States of America, racism would disappear. Abracadabra, hocus pocus, gone. With the so-called post-racial era. That is not the case. And if you look what's happened in Ferguson. It happened in LA with the Rodney King verdict. It happened in Liberty City in Miami. It happened in Detroit, 67. It happened in 6th State with the assassination of Dr. King. It happened in the Harlem riots. When people get to a point and they get to that tipping point, they can't take it anymore. And I'm not saying that people should burn down stuff, riot and loot. And I don't even want to use the word riot. I'm going to use the word uprising. But this is not the first time we're seeing this. And I just hope that things will really blow up if the people aren't happy with the verdict of this upcoming trial.
So what do you say to those largely white Americans who see what's happening here and maybe don't understand what's happening here or disagree with what's happening here? You know, what many people said to me in just today is, look, this isn't just about Michael Brown. This is about generations of issues that have gone on in this community and continue to go on in this community. Is that how you see it?
I see it. This is about Trayvon Martin. This is about Jordan Davis, Eric Gardner, Michael Brown, Ezell Brown, who was shot in LA a couple days ago. Today in St. Louis, I think you said a couple blocks away, another African-American man was shot and killed today. They said he had a knife. But I just think there's a war on the black male, and it's tearing the country apart, in my opinion.
You really believe that? You believe there's a war on the black male? I mean, because there are going to be a lot of people who hear that and just, saying they just don't understand that.
Well, Anderson, it's not just killing us. It's the educational system. It's the prison system. It's for these young black men growing up with no hope. So I think it's systematic. And we get blinded to think that because we have Oprah, we got Michael Jordan, we got LeBron, we got Beyonce, we got Jay-Z, like everything's okay. And I'm not trying to give any disrespect to the great individuals I just named, because many of my dear friends, but they are the exception. The black underclass is growing every single day.
I'm wondering your message to the folks who are out here tonight and who may be coming out here tonight in the next hour or two. What's your message? I mean, you've been watching these protests with your wife, you're saying. What's your message to the folks out here?
Well, first of all, I'm not trying to be a spokesperson for anybody. I just hope everything is cool. I think that, like I said before, we need General Honore in there. He's the one who will take care of this, in my opinion. And he's waiting by the phone for the call.
All right, well, we're going to talk to him in the next hour. Spike Lee.